What is up, everybody? You know, we live in a screwed up world, and we just can't help it. I went on a job this morning, and it was just an estimate. The guy called me yesterday. I had done some work for the neighbor across the street, and she referred me to him. And it's that type of subdivision where it's two-story houses, and they've got one system in it, and all of them's got zone control systems. And he called and said the upstairs was it hadn't worked since they've lived there, and now he's working from home, and in the wintertime it gets like 84 degrees upstairs, and asked if I would come out and look at it and tell him what's going on with it and see if we can get it fixed. And now he told me that he was going to have another guy come out today at 4 o'clock, and I said, you know, that would be fine. So I went out there, and I even told him that, you know what, it may be just a damper that subdivision they used Honeywell dampers in, and you know, after so long those things just break. There's nothing you could do about it. They just they weren't the most quality product. I've changed a lot of those dampers, but so anyway, so I go out to the guy's house and we talk a little bit about the system before I go up in the attic. I go up in the attic and I look around. I said, dude, there's nothing I can do with this. He said, why not? I said, you don't have zoning. He said, well, I have a thermostat on the upstairs and I have a thermostat downstairs. I said, that may be true, but there's not a zone system into your house. All they had was little hand dampers. So we talked about it, and he's like, well, I don't understand. You know, it looked like they had zoning because they actually had run a bypass duct, and you could tell where something was cut in before. So I don't know if it he thought maybe it had it in it before, but the previous owners had taken it all out. And I said, no, somebody would have talked them out of pulling all the stuff out. I said, I don't even see a place where the zone panel would have been. So, you know, so hopefully, you know, I'll send that guy a price and hopefully I'll get that job. But anyway, so, you know, enough about that. You know, that's kind of screwed up that the contractor, the builder, and the homeowner, the first homeowner would have let all that slide. But they did. So, I mean, every house in that subdivision has zoning in it. So I don't know how that one didn't get it. But anyway, so, you know, we do live in a screwed up place, just a screwed up world. My son is a junior in high school, and today is his senior prom. So, you know, they get all decked out, and you know, they've been planning it for as long as they've been planning it, and he's dating this girl and been dating her for about 1.5 years, and her mom just insists on driving them down to where the prom's going to be. And it's in Atlanta, and Atlanta's about, I don't know, 25 miles east of where I'm at. And her mom just insists on driving them. But the kicker is, she wants to charge them $30 for gas. Now, how are you going to charge your kid gas to go to the prom? And not only is that just screwed up, but that's just cold-blooded. To charge your kid $30 fucking dollars, and I said it, charge your kid $30 for gas. You know, and the worst part about it is my wife offered to drive them down there for free, because that's what you do. It's your kid. You don't charge your own kid $30 to take them to the prom. So, you know, we live in a screwed up world. You know, we all talk about how it would have been so great 20 years ago if YouTube would have been out. And you know, we're right about that. We'd all be better techs if it was out 20 years ago. But the problem with YouTube is there's some great things on there, but there's also some screwed up stuff. I mean, look at when the young kids that would walk around in the group how they would just pounce on an old person for no reason. They would just, the old guy would be just walking out, and it didn't even have to be an old guy. It could be a young woman or whatever. They'd just walk along and pounce on somebody for no reason. And somebody saw that on YouTube, and it started going out through the country like wildfire. So there's some crazy stuff out there. And so, what are you going to do? You got to take the good with the bad, and there's nothing we could do about it. It'll never go away. The world's just going to be a more screwed up place. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for my kids. But anyway, that's another subject for another day. But I'm glad to be making these little videos. I like doing them. We've got a good community here. YouTube is like a state. It's like a state. It's a big old place with a bunch of little sub communities in it, and the guys that do the body stuff and the work on cars, they've got a community called the Garage Gang, and I've watched several of those guys' videos, and I subscribe to some of them as well, because some of them do some great videos. And that's really why I subscribe to them, because of the video quality that they do, not because I'm interested in building a car or anything like that, because the guys do some good stuff. And then you have the cooking channels that they have their own little community, and then the fashion, and then and then there's us in the air conditioning world. We have our own little communities. But I think within those communities there's some really great guys, some guys that are really down to earth, and it's a guy that you want to go have a beer with or whatever, but you can't because you're on YouTube, or you live 4 states away or whatever. But then there's guys that portray themselves as being one way behind the camera, and then in real life they're not that same guy that people think they are when they're on camera, if that makes sense. And I don't know why people just can't be honest with people and say, this is who I am, this is what I do. I mean, I truly believe that honesty is the best policy. Unfortunately, those kind of people like that, they get ahead because people follow them thinking they're something they're really not, and unfortunately you can't tell the people that's following them, he's not the guy that you think he is, and because then you get in trouble then for some reason. So anyway, that's something else. So we all have to deal with that, whether it's at work or whatever. So just be honest with people, and it that advice is good for everybody. If you're going to start doing your YouTube videos, be who you really are in person. I try to help everybody out as best I can. There is a limit to that though. And be who you are. Relax while you're doing your stuff, and everything will work out fine. But definitely be who you are in front of your mama. And if you are that person in front of your mama, then you'll be all right. But if you're not that person you are behind the camera that you are in front of your mama, then maybe you ought to look in the mirror. So anyway, that's enough of that. Didn't mean for it to go like that, but y'all have a great day. Bye.